This podcast is powered by Shea Moisture Men. The Shea Moisture Men collection was designed to provide head-to-toe care for men of color and keep you looking fresh and feeling even fresher. Shea Moisture's products are formulated with ingredients that are naturally derived and sustainably sourced from hair care to beard care to body care. See which line provides you with safe and uncompromising care at www.sheamoisture.com. Shea Moisture Men, built to serve men of color like ourselves. And back to the motherfucking pod.
Let's go.
Look, I got the transition.
I know.
I worked it out this
that.
time. I worked it out. I was watching game tape.
Not with the hype.
I'm not joking. I was watching game
No,
tape.
you have to. It's part of the practice.
That's right.
Before shoot around.
Shoot around is literally right before the pod.
Before the pod, yeah.
That's where we say all the things that we wouldn't record.
Save it.
War the pod.
Not with the hype.
Yo. Another week,
sir.
we're getting momentum again. It's
Hey,
summertime,
I know,
but we're
I
not going
know.
to take everything off. I swear we're going to be here to pod.
Yeah. Maybe.
How's your tummy? I know you had lots of food.
I know, yo, dog. I'm ready to go back for another plate, but I'm good, man. I'm good. The stomach is well fed.
No, we got dessert coming just now. Relax. Hold it down.
Mandem. It's not with a hype thing. A war.
Ron, hungry belly.
The world general
Don't shake me
speaking.
like that, bro. I'm good. What's good, man?
Yeah, Medea, as you like to say.
Shop like Shaq. You waste
How your week been, brother?
Yo, can I be real with you? It's been a week, dog. It's been a week.
What does that mean? What happened?
It's been a trying week, man. It's been one of those like kind of heavy weeks. So I don't want to start off too heavy, but it's been a trying week. But I'm just glad that like made it through. Mm-hmm. Not even just a weekend, just made it through. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those weeks where you felt tested, battle tested. But I'm here. We're good.
But you are Scarbarian, so
you know
you persevered.
you persevere through all things, man. You know what I mean?
Where do you get? Did you make that shirt?
I should have, right?
I
should have. No.
I wouldn't put it past you.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
I didn't
after
this
this,
time.
like you wear a lot of people's shirts, and
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the day where you're like, nah, bro,
This is my
I'll be
collection?
making my own.
The PDJ collection?
Yeah,
Yo, actually.
this is PDJ Fall 2023.
Hey, no one take. We're working on some stuff. We're putting that out there. We're gonna work on some stuff, but I'm gonna shout out Scarborough Spots because they're really, really dope page, man. So shout out to Scarborough Spots for this one. You know what I mean? Scarborough, yo, this is a big time for Scarborough right now. Can I just say? It's a big time for
Cole
Scarborough.
just landed.
Warner Station patties. I've never been at a higher
He is
value.
not going to eat that.
You know he's going there, bro.
No.
You know he's going there.
First
But-
off, Cole's definitely vegan.
Shut up. I mean, he looks.
First off, he's definitely vegan.
He looks vegan. He does look vegan with the mess up hair top and everything. But
Don't call it a mess up hair top. It's
That-
neatly wrapped.
what?
It's like a whole pattern. Like I see every single time. It's the same thing.
No, I don't know about that one.
It's like
I
a
don't know
cartoon
about
character.
that. So that's not neat. He looks like There's a character in Rugrats. I feel like one
my
of
God.
the moms had a hair like that. But anyways, it's a big moment, man. He was in the city. I didn't get to see him play yet, but he's here. He touched down. Everyone's bigging up Scarborough.
Yeah,
right
he hit
now.
1-3.
He hit 1-3. You know,
He's at his
Cold world.
career average. This is what he came here for. 3
Yeah.
points per game.
that's fine. Jalen Harris is back too, so
Yeah.
it's hype, man. It's hype. I'm excited, man.
You gonna get these tickets?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it was what, 50 for a pair?
Yeah, it's not bad.
I thought
Was it for a pair?
My dad said 50 for a pair. I'm like, I saw 50 for one.
I saw 50 for one.
Okay, Alan
Hey.
doesn't know what the fuck is going on. In this
But yo,
world.
I'm down, bro. Down the street, come, let's roll through, man.
I don't know. We'll see.
Roll through with Scarborough royalty, yo.
Blood clot desert eagle. The original Jamaican dandada.
If there was to be, did we talk about this last pod about like courtside? Who would be courtside?
Who would be courtside in Scarborough?
I feel like we did.
We
or
might have. We might have.
have.
Yeah.
But if Sticks is not courtside, I don't want it.
Yeah, Sticks has to be courtside.
If Sticks is not
A
courtside,
man
I
like
don't want
Sticks
it.
has to be courtside, yo. We should ask him next time he's here.
Yeah.
Next time we have him on.
Masai Magloire or Jamal Ujiri's got to clarify this shit.
They gotta clear that, yo. A man like Shem too.
Yeah, word. I got lots of bones to pick with Shem in between seeing him because he always posts the most inflammatory content.
He does.
He just does it on purpose. He does it on purpose, and I'm like, you know what you're doing? He's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But nah, man, it's been good, man. It's been good. And yo, how was your week, though, man?
The week was good. Not much to report. It was fairly low key, but I do enjoy the fact that the weather's getting better. Like it's working its way through the raining and shit.
Yeah.
But I did have my first walk of the year yesterday.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. It's a part of me thanks to 2020.
Yeah.
I do hope to continue this journey.
You should. We do honestly, you talk about walks. We go on maybe 3-4 walks a year? I mean a year. Wow.
A year? I was like,
week?
oh, that's not don't talk about it then.
No, like a week. And we're going long. We're going extended periods of time. What's your walk like?
I walk to a place where I can light the blunt.
Okay.
I smoke the blunt. I enjoy being high where I am.
Right.
And then I walk home.
So the park across the street.
Not this one. I mean, depends. That's a lazy walk. And
Yeah.
I've done that before, and I didn't call that a walk.
Okay. Yeah,
You
it's
know?
not a walk.
That's not a walk.
Honestly, a walk you need at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes, the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at least.
Yeah.
What's the whole thing? Should go walking there, smoking, and walking back? Because that's not a walk.
30 minutes.
I don't think that's what everyone else.
Yesterday's walk, I cracked a beer. Well, I didn't want it to get warm by the time I showed up where I was going. So I cracked it,
Yeah.
sipped it on my way,
Right.
found a spot to rest. I looked up at the sky, it started raining.
How are you resting on a walk? It's a
Well,
walk, bro.
you
It's a
walk to a point, and then you can rest for a second.
No,
It wasn't
you
really.
just
It's
walk.
not really a rest. I stopped because I wanted to light the blunt.
I don't think you know how to walk.
I know how to walk. I also run. You know I run, right?
No. Since when do you run?
Guys, I know I'm not alone in this. You get to the point where you do your walk, and then you get to the point where you admire the beauty. You walk to a place. There's a destination. I like destinations. I don't like to just jog aimlessly either. That's why the treadmill is not the most fun thing for me. So
I hear that.
So instead of just walking and then just walking home,
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk somewhere.
Right.
I'm gonna stop.
Right.
I'm gonna appreciate and enjoy that space,
Okay.
stillness, and then I'm gonna walk home.
I hear that. I just don't know if that's a walk though. I feel like a walk.
Did I not walk? And did I not walk back?
Man, that's so technical.
But I think I don't think he's explaining himself.
So look,
Because
okay.
He does take long walks. We do it together. He
Right.
takes longer walks.
So let me explain to you.
I
I'm
think what
walking.
he's explaining now is not my idea.
So I walk.
But you take walks.
I walk
For
from
sure.
here
Yeah.
to this. So I walk through a neighborhood, then I
Okay.
walk through a little foresty thing. Then there's a pond that I pass. Then I get to a basketball court.
Yeah.
And that's where I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped at the basketball court to just kick it and reminisce about the times where I wasn't
used to play
walking.
ball.
Yeah, where I wasn't walking or where I wasn't just where I would show up to actually play.
Got you.
Now I'm just showing up to smoke a blunt. So I'm
Because you
thinking all the
washed,
times when I
alright.
would play. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm washed, still better than Bob Cousy. Don't get it twisted.
Damn.
And then I walk home. But it rained, so that's why it was a quicker walk. I had to
So can you do the Can you do the walk without the blunt?
Yes, I've done
Okay.
it's mainly a podcast. That's the
Okay.
the
That
heart
counts,
and
that
soul
counts.
of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
walk.
Yeah.
I'll do not a whole podcast. I'll do half a podcast.
Half a podcast. No, that's fair. That I will say is a walk. So I take back what I said.
Thank you.
I take back what I said.
But it's been a good week. I've just been waiting for the weather to get good.
Yeah.
Didn't get caught in that crazy shit. Did you see my video from last week?
Nah, I missed it.
I was a news reporter on that shit. Shit was crazy.
Shaquille Cox, live on.
Literally, but it was wild. And then I decided to go downtown after, and it was nice.
One of my coworkers.
And we linked up and we saw Toby. Shout out to Toby.
Oh,
He did
yeah,
his thing,
yeah.
comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to come back to that point, but I want to touch on the storm because this is
Yeah.
crazy to me. So one of my coworkers was telling me a story where she was going up to a cottage that she has, right?
Yeah.
A couple hours north of here in the city. And she's driving and got caught in the storm.
Pull over.
No, she's driving through the storm. She's a trooper. But she said she got scared when she saw cows running. Like, bro, cows don't run. Like, I don't know if anyone's seen cow.
But if I'm a cow, I don't know where to go or what to do, so I'm gonna run.
You will run. You see Twister? You know how the cows get like,
yeah.
So she was like, yeah. At that point, she was shook when she saw the cows running, and she's like, oh, I'm driving into this. The cows are going that way. Where am I going? But and she still doesn't have power in that area. So
Still?
yeah.
Yeah, I heard some people didn't have power for like 48 hours.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah, so anyone listen, well, they probably aren't listening to us.
You can't
listen to us.
I mean, you get a quick charge at Starbucks.
Do they even have Starbucks
phone.
up there? I don't even know. But when you do listen to us, we're thinking of you guys, and we hope you get power back soon, you know. But yeah, we saw Toby.
Yeah.
So shout out to our guy Toby.
He did his thing. Toby, he helps us out with the podcast. Like, oh man, that guy.
Yeah.
Toby was amazing. And we're not even just saying it like that. Like, he was the one that brought the most amount of people.
He brought the crowd, bro.
He brought the crowd.
Every comedian brought up Toby.
Every comedian brought him up. His presence was in everybody's material.
Facts. So without Toby, they don't have no shows. So
yeah, Toby did his thing. He just started his stand up career, or even just his career as a comedian.
Yeah,
it'll be very interesting to see what he does, because like this is just the beginning. And I've seen like my best friend Mark Anthony. You've met him. I've seen him at the beginning of his career and all of that. And the fact that Toby's just kind of, I'm passionate about it, I'm gonna do it, is it's gonna be really fun to see. And that's how it really starts, I feel.
And that's how it should start, right? If you're passionate about it, you love doing it, you just do it for the love of it and do it, you know. And this is a guy who, like, literally, we've seen this, like, through the pandemic. He just decided, he's like, just looking for doing this. I'm looking for a creative outlet, and went out there and did it. So we love that, because, you know, we talk about it all the time. Like, for us, this is it. This is our creative outlet, right? But finding that and just having the courage enough to say, you know what, I'm going to dive head in and be vulnerable and get up there and actually get on stage and do this in front of people. Like, really shout out to him and people like him that were doing this.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Speaking of like our friends and our homies and people
man.
that we deal with and check in on and all of that, shout out to Shea Moisture. This segment is definitely brought to you and powered by them, because they thought this was definitely a topic worth bringing up the same way that we think it is. Mm-hmm. Checking on your friend, especially as black men.
Yes.
Checking on your mandem. Checking on the people that you're close to as men, man to man.
Yeah.
Something we don't really do, and if we do, we do it in a roundabout way typically. Mm-hmm. Is this something that you have incorporated in the way that you move? If so, when? What was it? Like, how do you move about that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something like I'm more conscious about now. I think especially during the pandemic in the past couple of years. But I mentioned this week. Like, this week's kind of been trying, not just for me. Like, I've had my brethren reach out to me and just be like, just a quick message, be like, yo, you good? Like, you know? I'll say it, like, you know, and be transparent with everyone. But, like, this past week, celebrated, like, I don't know if you celebrated, but, you know, you recognize it, and it's been 14 years since my mom passed away. And, you know, every year I go through it, and it's different emotions, and I never really know how I'm going to feel, like, when I wake up that morning, you know? Some days I'm okay, or some years I'm good, and other years it's, like, it's harder than, you know, than others. But it was just, one of my brethren reached out to me, he's like, hey, are you good? You know, like, how are you feeling, type of thing. And I don't know if we've ever done that before, you know? Like, with this friend, and just even with my boys, like, I don't know if that's something we went out of our way to do a couple years ago.
I don't think anybody would.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like, unless you tell me about it or bring it up.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, we shy away. I don't know if we shy away from it. We just didn't think of it or whatever. Yeah. It's like, nah, if he doesn't bring it up, I'm not bringing it up.
Or he's cool.
Exactly. Right. But I think we're trying to do, like, at least within my circle, we're trying to do a better job of just, especially as black men, just talking about, like, what we're going through, like, our traumas and, you know, the goods, the highs, and the lows, you know what I mean? Just talking about it all and just checking in and having those checks, like, yo, like, I'm here for you. Like,
so this is, I bring this whole conversation up. I didn't expect it to be where you were on the receiving end. So being on the receiving end, what is, like, how do you receive it? Do you take it and be like, because I know it's different to even have anybody say that, and you're saying specific people, it's different for them to reach out in that way. Like, how receptive are you to that kind of are you good? Because I think that might be something that a reason why some people might be shying away from even saying anything to people.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I tried to be as receptive as I could, because it was also, I decided to work that day and I'm in the middle of stuff as well. So I didn't want to start a whole conversation knowing that I wouldn't be able to actually have the conversation, right? But I definitely reached out and said, yo, like, thank you. I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because he also disclosed that he's also going through some stuff. So I was like, you know what? Now is not the time, but I will call you and we'll have an actual conversation, So I really think it's like on us to reach out, but it's also on us to receive and make it known, like, if this is the right time for us to have a conversation or if it's like something you've got to take later on as well.
I think it's just about figuring out whenever it is. Like opening up the floor.
100%.
And we talked about this mainly, I think, in 2020 when the world was very fucking dark, especially as a black man. And so that was definitely very topical at the time. And that's when we were having all kinds of people aside from just our homies. And it was just like, that white coworker that all of a sudden was feeling guilty and now they're reaching out to you. So it was a very different thing. But I feel like you take that kind of energy, that kind of like realization, and kind of just carry that forward with your day-to-day life. I feel like that, to me, I felt like that was like light bulb. Gotta check on everybody.
100%.
Check on
100%.
everybody.
And like, I think it's even forcing yourself to go out of your way to do it too, because it might not be natural for you to do that. I feel like, and I think about the way I am with my boys, and like, we share mutual friends, so it's like we just joke around a lot with each other, and that's when we have conversations.
It's a lot of deflecting.
It's a lot of deflecting when like there's actual hurt or pain or just conversations that need to be had that aren't had, and it's just
facts. We
deflect with our laughter, with the jokes, with the memes, whatever. But it's like, nah, let's have a moment just to pause and just like.
Even if you go away from like the tough conversations as far as like how we're doing, tough conversations when it comes to being like, yo, bro, I think you fucked up, or like I think it's just hard to have any of those conversations with your boys, or it's just like it builds up to a certain point before you even address things like that.
Yeah, I've been there, man. I don't know if you've had those instances, but I've definitely had a situation where it's like built up with one of my homies for too long, where we just like we were at odds, and when I really sat back and thought about it, I'm like, why are we even beefing? Like, what's the real issue here? You know what I mean? And it's just stuff that like little things that should have been brought up that were never brought up because I might have felt disrespected by something, or he might have felt a certain way about the way something was handled, and we never really addressed it until the point where it like, it started bubbling up, and then it was a whole thing. It's like. We just got to get better at communicating, I think, at the end of the day.
I think, like, just with all the stuff that we deal with and see and we're exposed to today, like, we're like, as a human race, we're way more connected than we ever were. And I think that has something to play in how we feel every single day. Like, me knowing about what happened in Texas with all the kids over there, or what happened in Buffalo, or what happened anywhere, like, and we're seeing like real stories. It's not even just like the headlines. Then I'm also seeing, like, I literally have seen the posts of the kids of people that have passed away and the loved ones, and like that's kind of, it's crazy how connected we are. I can literally reach out to somebody who's related to or whatever, who's dealing with loss in one of these mass shootings, and say, yo, my condolences. That's how connected we are.
It's wild.
So I think, just even aside from doing all of that or talking about how connected we are, I feel like dealing with all of these instances and knowing about all of these different tragedies and how tough things are for all types of people. I was talking about, like, just how do you know you're consuming too much?
And that's what I was going to say is, like,
when do you turn it off?
Brought that up. But when do you turn it off?
The balance between ignorance and informed.
Yeah, and is it like just turning it off doesn't mean that you don't care, And I think that's where it's like, how do you find that balance and having other people respect that, Just knowing that, it's just a lot for me right now. But that doesn't mean I don't care about what's happening with you or within the world, but just for my mental peace, it's a lot, And I find like that's a struggle, like how do you know? You know?
So I think you just be very honest about it. I think what was it? Last night there was we were just scrolling on Netflix and it was like some like comedy. No, it wasn't a comedy actually. It was a cop movie.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena. I can't remember. End of watch. And I was like, oh babe, look at this movie. It was really good. I remember it was shot really well. Blah blah blah. Coco straight up was like, I don't know. This is not for me.
Right.
It being around police, LAPD at that.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
And I think people just like having these conversations and recognizing the trauma versus like, I feel like in my younger years bulldozing through it was what was the norm.
Yep. It's weird how like art or like media will do that to you. Because a lot of times like that will happen to us with like Ashley and I with shows. You know what I mean? I'll be ready to watch like hours of just like the darkest shows, you know, and then she'll be my check to be like, you know what, I need something light. Like I need Abbott
Palette
Elementary.
cleanser.
I need something like that. You know what I mean?
To start Abbott Elementary. Yes,
bro.
we do.
Yeah.
I know.
It's usually the other way around. I will watch something dark, and I will binge it.
Yeah.
And Shaquille will come in and be like, "We need to watch something funny."
Yeah.
And then I'll realize, like, why are the lights all of a sudden off? Like, why am I like sad?
Yeah.
You know, you get so engrossed in what's happening, and obviously we have a fucking heart and a soul, so we care.
Yeah.
Right? So then you just keep, and then he'll come in and be like, "So about Abbott Elementary."
Yeah.
So you need it. You need it because you will become like too engrossed.
Mm-hmm.
To where now it's the only thing on your brain, it's the only thing you're thinking about, and now it's becoming the only thing you're attracting and like putting out in the world.
Yeah. And I found I found myself there this week just with all the violence that was happening, and then I'm seeing stuff in Scarborough that's happening with like there's carjackings and shootings, and like I just kept diving into it and like just watching CP24 on repeat, and it's the same news every half an hour, and like I had a moment where I'm like, okay, I need to step away. Like this is a lot, you know. And now it was like it got to a point where like that's all I could think about. Like I was telling Ashley, I'm like, I'm not even worried about like this monkeypox thing that's out there. I'm thinking about like, am I gonna get carjacked on my way out somewhere?
The best non-decision that I ever made was that I would just get my news from Twitter, and that means I do follow the CP24s and shit like that of the world. But I get it, and I just keep going.
Fair.
Versus like sitting there and consuming a whole news cycle, which I think, based on what we've seen the past couple of years, is nothing that you really want to see.
Yeah.
The only time I really catch any part of the news cycle is when I'm like looking for the weather or whatever. Then it'll just be on for a little bit. But I feel like you got to be careful with how long you spend on the news. Like that's a real thing to just be watching too much news.
Yeah. Legit. So like, yeah, you just gotta be mindful of the content, and like for me, it's like I was finding my escape in like Instagram and like social media, but then all that stuff trickled, right? So it's like now I'm like, nah, let's just get outside, you know, go for the walks, you know what I mean, or just talk to people about other things that are not, you know, not the dark stuff that's happening.
Yeah. I think, I like, so just to go back to how we started this whole conversation, I think as men, just be conscious of it. Check on your homies. They say something. They're feeling something. Yeah. It's not, you're not prying by inquiring about it.
Nah.
And if you're feeling away, definitely don't feel like you can't say shit to your friends.
Yeah.
And if we're friends, please say some shit to me.
Honestly,
I'll listen too.
Let us know. Let us know what's going on.
Bringing it to similar conversation that we were kind of talking about repressing. The shit that we deal with professionally.
Yeah.
So taking things that we deal with in our day-to-day lives, and then all of a sudden you got to go to work. And
crazy.
I don't know. As a black man, I feel like it's different.
Oh yeah.
We in January talked about my traumatic LAPD experience. I immediately went to work. Well, not immediately, but like as soon as the holidays were done, I went to work. How's your holidays been? Oh, it's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just regular, and I was just working.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just the black chip on my shoulder, where I feel like I shouldn't be taking time off or asking to, you know, to step away for a moment or to have a breather. But it wasn't like, and then I spoke to my boss, and she was like, "Are you kidding me? I would have given you all the time. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that way about anything when you're working where you're just like, I don't know. It doesn't even necessarily have to be me as a black man. I'm facing this, and I don't want to say this to my employer, and then they're not going to understand me, and now...
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where, like, people say, take the time when you need it. Yeah. But that's, like, I always wonder, is that lip service, or is that, like, their actual feeling? Like, can I actually take this time and just do what I need to do, just be away from the situation, And I struggle with that, like, a lot, and, like, I have a lot of time banked off. We talked about this. Like, I've been there forever. Like, I pretty much grew up in this company, and like, I don't really take those days off unless I'm going somewhere. I don't really take time off.
Yeah.
And so you just work, and it's like, yeah, maybe like the job isn't always taxing or whatever, but sometimes you just need a break, and it's hard to take that time off. And I feel like maybe it's the pressure we put on ourselves.
I think it's put on.
Like self pressure.
I think like some of it. And I know we both work in team environments. Yeah. Some of it is like, I don't want to let the team down because I know that like shit's crazy right now. So I don't want to be that guy that's like, I'm not going to be there when shit's thick.
Right.
There's partially is that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just so much more than that.
I think so too. And maybe, I know for a few years I felt like, well, I'm just getting started in my career. So I don't want to be the guy who's like taking too much time off. They're like, oh, that Patrick, he's not serious, he just wants to party or whatever it is. And because I'll be honest, I've heard people say that early on about me, and that was never about parties. It was just, I didn't want to work every weekend.
They were saying about you, I don't even imagine what they're saying about
you know what I mean? So I was really like conscious about that, and I think as a young professional, that's definitely part of the pressure is, you're trying to build your career, build your name, build your resume, whatever. And if you don't want to be seen as not the hard worker, even though that's not it at all. Like, you're allowed to take that time.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's definitely harder. It's easier to say it and harder to do, just to take the time.
I think like it brings me back to when I was probably like 10 years old, and my mom told me that when you're in school, when you're working, it doesn't matter. You're always going to be compared to the white person that has all the same credentials that you have, so you're always going to have to work harder than everybody.
That's exactly where it comes from.
So I've always felt like, yeah, but I know me and Cody have the same amount of days off.
Yeah.
But I'm going to let him look like the slacker and take all them days off, and I'm just going to keep working my ass off so that like nobody has shit to say about me.
But it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
But it doesn't. It doesn't. And I honestly don't even think, if we're just comparing people taking the vacation days that they're given, that nobody gives a shit. Take your days.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. And I don't think that we do that. I know I don't do that enough. And even just wanting to take that time off, like, mental health is now like a big focus for a lot of companies, and like they're introducing different days, like wellness days, health days, whatever. And it's a common struggle, though. I feel like it's not even just us as black men. I feel like a lot of people go through this, though, where it's like I talk to my colleagues on it daily, and it's burnout. I'm feeling it. It's like, just take the time.
It's
but
true.
No one wants to take the time. Everyone feels like they're letting someone down.
It was a couple days ago. I don't even know. It was just like a random thought that passed through my head as I was waking up to go to like get ready for work. And the routine. I might have been making a coffee. I might have just sat down and opened my laptop. I don't know what I was doing. But I just remember the thought of like, oh my God, I'm like 32. I gotta still do this for a very long time. How am I gonna make money for the next like 50 years?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo, it's a lot to think about, man. When you hit me last week and we're what, 18 years away from 50 or something like that, I was like,
yeah,
bro, what? Like, what? I had a moment where I'm like, damn, we're not kids anymore. But also at the same time, it's like you realize how much more work.
Bro, my skin built different now.
the grains are starting to come in.
That's also thinking a little too far ahead. You're right. Don't look too far behind.
Oh no, I'm not.
Stay present.
I love my stages. I love my stages. I'm looking forward to 40. I'm looking forward to 50. I'm looking forward to 60. I love them all. There's like so much to look forward to about all of those stages.
100%.
But
it's the working part.
It's the working part that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta work while I'm going through all these stages.
That's why you're thinking too far ahead, because I'm like, like, you're trying to work in it.
Yeah, word.
That's true. That's true.
And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Word, why can't I just...
something right now so that in 10 years I have no job.
I'm trying to just sit here and just talk my shit for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Man, it's wild though. Like, I think about that a lot. Like, that's what I'm just like, I'm taking these days now. Like, I'm looking forward to the time away that we've got planned, man. We're like, I'm going to cottage for the first time in my life. Like, I've never done that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually looking forward to doing stuff like that.
That's lit. We're going to introduce you to the cottage lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we'll pod, too.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And that's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Whew.
What about dressing your age? We're talking about age now.
Yeah,
like, this is a great flow. We're flowing right there.
Woo.
Have you thought about dressing your age when you're buying things at 30 years old? Has this crossed your mind, or are you just out there being like, this looks good, I like it?
I think that's it. Like, I don't think about age per se, but I'm like, my style has changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can notice it.
Yeah. But I don't think there's a dressing your age. You know who? We should ask your dad about this one.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. Yes. That's funny. Fat Joe has something to say on this.
Yeah.
I don't know what Joey Crack has to say about this, but here, let's see what you got to say.
Love this man.
Dumb was fire.
You lost him.
Now, I do not understand. Somebody has to tell me. They come on my Instagram and they tell me, dress your age.
Break that down.
No, listen. They tell me on Instagram, yo, dress your age. What does that mean? Arm jeans? 10X?
what is that?
Champion hoodie? What do you want me to do? Like, don't be a fly.
That's what it is.
You're doing too much.
That's what they
What are you saying?
That's what we
I was so fly that day. You couldn't convince me I wasn't.
Yo, I love that.
I love that.
Joe been a real nigga since day one.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Anything he has to say, I'm listening.
I'm listening,
Facts.
and he's always right.
Facts.
And he's always like funny too about it. He's always just funny about it.
Spitting facts.
So, how do you feel about dressing your age?
I'm with him. Like, what does that even mean? What does dressing your age mean? Like, I don't know, because I feel like it's just, we redefine what age is. Like,
okay, the only way I understand what dressing your age is when I'm looking at like how R. Kelly dressed like a 12-year-old.
Huh?
You know, like bright colors, backpacks, like weird high tops, bright rimmed glasses. Like I understand. There's jokes there. I'm setting somebody up. I know. I know.
This man took it to a literal level with the. Yeah.
There's somebody else's name that I want to say, but he's like a legend over here, and I don't want to.
Oh, say it.
No,
say it. Don't be scared. Come on. Say what
so you could throw American legends out there, but not Canadian legends?
That's fair, I guess.
Is it a pedo or no?
A pedo is a pedo, but it had nothing to do with his disease. It's not a disease. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm gonna say that the person that I was talking about.
Yeah. Exactly. Now you have to say it. Yeah. You have to say it now.
No, I was gonna say I felt like Cardinal Official. You know I'm talking about Cardinal Official.
I just need to hear you say it.
Yeah. I mean the bright the dyed hair.
The dyed hair is a lot. The dyed hair is a lot.
Matching your hair to your whole outfit that's all the same color usually, and then a knapsack.
Yeah. Okay, the knapsack thing is knapsack thing's weird.
Knapsack makes him sound older.
Yeah.
You can't be 40 years old walking around with a knapsack.
Like he's still exploring.
He's
still discovering.
That's the only time that I'll say like dressing your age is like a thing.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I think like.
Oh man,
so you dress however like I think it just if it suits you, it suits you.
Yeah.
And maybe these things could suit other men in this age bracket.
Fair.
Cardinal, like another person in Cardinal's age bracket.
Nah, I don't think anyone can pull off that.
Like, the backpack destroys the whole thing.
It's the hair. It was the green hair for me.
But for the most part, I just don't think that like there's a guy who's 32 years old that if he wears all the shit that I wear, looks fucked up.
Yeah, like I couldn't wear what you wear. But that's the thing. You got to know your style, though. You know what I mean? I don't even think it's age. I just think it's just knowing
it's
like
your style that
your
goes with your
personality,
persona
like,
and shit.
It's gotta be genuine.
Exactly.
It's gotta
Exactly.
be genuine to you.
Yeah, it doesn't like.
And it's also gotta be right for your body.
Exactly, that's a big thing too.
I feel like that's a different combo
Anybody
though.
looks good.
You wear too tight shit and you're gelatinous.
Gelatinous.
No, don't do that.
Gelatinous.
You can wear tight stuff no matter what size you are,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about proportion and where is it tight and where is it loose.
But my hands were doing this. So like, imagine it's me and I'm wearing like I'm a plus size.
I'm too small, not too tight.
That's what I mean, really.
Too small.
Too small.
Tight and small.
It's too small, but they think it's just slim or tight. They call it that, but it's too small.
Right.
That's where.
Stylist perspective, they have the wrong size. It's not that.
No, from a real life perspective, it's not that. Yeah, real life. It's just
like if you got hips, don't be wearing like. We talked about this before. You know when you getting fitted for a suit, if you got them hips, don't wear them slim fitted pants. Like that's not.
Yeah, everything for everybody.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I've yet to wear H&M jeans in my life.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Nah.
Well, most of us can't wear a lot of these people's jeans. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
They're
true.
not built for any sort of curve.
That's true.
So,
No.
like, it's just not gonna work out.
But okay, let me ask you something though. Like, if you saw Fat Joe in like, if he was walking around every day in like the how old is he? Like 50 now? Almost 50?
He's probably in his 40s.
So okay, so if he was wearing like the Steve Harvey suits that Steve Harvey used to wear, that would look weird though, right?
I mean, if he was always wearing that shit, I guess.
But if he just decided like woke up and Fat Joe went from
well,
like,
that wouldn't make sense, and that
That's
would
what
be
I mean.
gross.
That'd
Yeah,
be weird.
exactly. So he's always kind of been flyish. Like I can't say that he's ever.
Rapping in a Steve Harvey suit. I cannot.
But I the thing is, I kind of can because like early on in the '90s with him and Pun, they was wearing them.
Oh, they were wearing them big
I
suits
do
though. They
remember
were wearing them big.
But they were wearing the poppy suits. They weren't. At least they were light skinned and funny. They weren't like structured like Steve
That's
Harvey
true.
suits.
That's true.
It's like but what
Steve
he's
Harvey suits are like boxes.
what Joe's talking about here is as if like people want him to like go back in time and wear that shit.
Yeah.
As if he's been wearing that shit. Like he stopped wearing that when it was done.
That's what I mean.
He's on to the next, like everybody else that's still fly and stylish.
Yeah. Do you think it has to do with like the culture too? Like, because remember, this is like hip hop culture now. So we're talking hip hop's still fairly new.
Yes.
We're just going through the generations
Exactly.
now. This is what these guys.
We
were
don't
wearing.
know
Like,
what
we don't
old
know.
fly hip people in the hip hop community are supposed to look like.
Exactly.
We have no idea. We're seeing it all for the
That's
first
it.
time.
That's it. And
Everybody that was at this age years ago was your father or your grandfather or your uncle that was like, what the fuck are you guys listening to? Why are you guys dressing like that?
Exactly.
Now, we're finally seeing people get to this age and they're just doing their fly shit.
I love it.
I got no complaints.
But interestingly, check out the gender imbalance, right? So nobody's asking J-Lo, who came up and was on at the same time as Joe, to dress her age. Nobody's really talking about Auntie Mary. No, she doesn't like that, but nobody's really talking about her dressing her age. She had them little short shorts. So it's interesting that they're doing this to the men.
I think,
This is one of those times where you're like,
So do you think they're doing this to Fat Joe specifically? Well, not just Fat Joe specifically, but to people like Fat Joe because they're not necessarily their physique.
Slender.
Like we're talking about like J-Lo whose body's banging, Mary who looks great, and then you got Fat Joe who looks good because he was fatter before, but should he? I guess people are saying he should be dressing differently.
overweight Joe has a different expectation.
Overweight Joe.
Overweight Joe.
Chubby Joe.
Chubby Joe.
This guy's like Chubby Joe. That's the title.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Overweight Joe.
That's hilarious.
You're absolutely right.
I have more questions.
Let's go.
Another question.
We
This
got
will probably
answers.
involve the ladies, and I hope that somebody finally is brave enough to walk up to this microphone and say something. It's the drama, but I'm just letting you guys know you're saying some insightful things.
Loves a mess.
And I just love to hear it in crisp
4K audio.
4K
Is that a thing?
audio. I don't know. Dolby digital.
Dolby digital.
Surround. This UK man made some points. When you're a man, as we've been in this situation, you're ready to settle down with with your partner, your woman, your lady, the one. You buy her a ring.
Facts.
You engage. You propose.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You guys are ready. He's like, what'd you say?
We know we gotta step to the mic.
It's cool. Okay. So, what about us? Can we get a little token of, she mine.
Yeah, claimed?
I'm claimed. Right here. Got the rollie on my wrist.
Ooh.
Well, this is what this man says.
An engagement ring. But what do the mandem get? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me and listen good. I want a Rolex. Yeah, I want a Rollie. You said that you want to get engagement ring, 10 grand minimum and all them things there. I want a Rollie to my future wife. You see, after I get down on one knee and propose to you, because I love you, because I chose you, you best love me and get me the Rollie, yeah? You gotta go and show all your friends your new ring and show it off. I want to show off my dick. I want to show off my Doley to the night. So yeah, no more Apple Watch, I got the Doley.
I love the fact that he laughed at himself.
He knows he's wrong. He knows
I want the
Doley. I want the Doley.
How do you feel? Do you want the Doley?
I want the Doley.
Yeah, you want the Doley?
I want the Doley. Rolly.
Okay.
Let you
Let's
tell
go.
us. Let you tell us.
While I respect the sentiment and I understand what he's saying and like I vibe with it, my response to it would be uterus. You know? I've got to do things that you could never do.
Right.
So give me a ring and it's all right. And you'll get another ring. It's called a wedding ring. And everybody's got a ring.
But it's not the Doley.
Well, that could just be a birthday gift. That could just be a birthday gift or something. You know, you can still get it. But like, you get on the knee and you propose. And I'll push the babies out. And I think that's more than fair for one of us.
You pulled a card that I can't say
I know,
shit.
there's no trump
like,
card.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. Like,
Damn.
everything ain't for everybody. You know what we said earlier?
Damn.
Fuck, I
She
thought we
shot
had
that guy.
him.
I
I
know,
thought
I
we
thought
had
we
him.
had
I'm
him.
sorry, fellas.
I thought we was up, you know. I thought we, man.
Sorry.
That hurt.
He knew he wasn't up. You saw how he laughed at the end? He was like, nah, I'm full of shit.
Don't you hate that? You know when you start making a point and then you realize that you ain't got no chance. So you just gotta laugh it off. You just gotta let it go.
He almost convinced me though, and I was like, wait a minute. There's something not
No,
fair
it came
still.
from a real place, but he just took it.
Yeah.
It was to comedic, funny ass place.
It would be nice to get it. I'm just saying.
I understand it.
Yeah, one day.
And I understand both sides.
I mean, Shaquille, if you just wanted a Rolex from me, we could have had this conversation online. You didn't have to do all of this.
Well, I saw
production.
you know I want a Rolex. I talked about this before.
Rolling.
Every time you show me, I'm like, okay. I clocked it. I got it.
Blue face, red face, or the green face. I'm down. It's gotta be gold though.
You know what's wild? We were somewhere, I think Yorkville, and I saw Rolex store. I'm like, oh, Rolex store. I just said it out loud, not even knowing that we were gonna have this conversation. So I feel like I manifested that.
Has a Rollie ever hit your wrist?
That's true.
Nah, I don't even know what it feels like. What's that feel like?
Bro, I never felt more ignorant
Yeah.
and more. I think I put my homie had a Rollie. He's like, yo, try it on. I was like, okay. I put it on my wrist. I was like, I'm better than everybody here. Me sitting at warehouse. I probably was.
Warehouse.
I probably was.
Ordered $5 burgers.
$5 burgers.
You peasants. You're sitting on like
but
a
the
top.
but the vibes.
Yeah. The vibes. The aura.
So I guess
man.
fuck. I was surprised.
I really thought
that was,
I really thought that was gonna work.
Don't
Man.
was fine.
I really thought that was gonna work.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's attack more people in the room.
What about the father? So she wants to bring in babies. She wants to bring in babies.
Huh?
She wants to bring in babies.
Right.
I feel like we should talk about the father.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. The father with them kids.
So there's a father that has 30 kids, and people have been talking crazy on the internet about him.
Yeah.
And he had enough. He had enough, and I didn't listen to what he had to say. I'm gonna listen to what he has to say. I don't know what you're saying.
You say some wild stuff.
Probably.
Them outtakes.
I'm laughing because you were like, let's attack more people in the room.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
Patrick goes, ooh, she works with kids. Do the ones with the babies.
That wasn't even the one. That wasn't the attack that I was going for.
I don't want your kids. That's what I was saying. Okay, everyone's catching straight.
First off, is 30 kids too much?
Whew. That's a lot.
This guy doesn't look like he's got the M's and the P's for
The
it.
M's and
so
the P- nah.
Probably.
Nah, that's a lot, bro. That's like a whole football team almost. Like
That's like one of those classes that you had in elementary school.
Word.
That in one of those schools that they had to start having the portables because they're oversized classes.
Oversized, yeah.
So they're like,
Damn,
30 is
one of
too
those.
much.
That's when you need a teacher and a teacher assistant.
Yes.
Like, damn. That's a lot.
Here's what father of 30 had to say.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, mate. We got just don't pull out, bitch.
All right. So we know that we're not gonna get anything logical after this, right?
Nah, we know where this is going.
All right, let's see. Why is he so hot? Have you ever mounted your phone and started yelling at it?
But you know, like, you know when you see a
mounted
video,
your phone and you hit record and you just start yelling.
But you know when you see that stance, you know you're about to get some smoke.
Let me tell you what happened. He tried to mount it about 7, 8, 9 times. It kept dropping.
It kept dropping.
And he was like, "Fuck!" And when he finally mounted, he was like, "Pull out, game!" That's what happened.
All right, let's hear about his lack of a pull-out game.
Well, you motherfuckers that want to know, I don't pull out.
Right.
It ain't weak, motherfucker. I don't pull out. Fuck you mean, weak, motherfucker? Let's talk about my motherfucking kids. You niggas got 3 or 4 and don't do a motherfucking thing. Ain't shit weak over here. My pockets ain't weak and my dick soul ain't weak, bitch ass nigga.
You say his dick soul?
No.
My pockets ain't weak and my dick
soul
ain't weak.
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
My dick soul ain't weak. I'm like,
there's a soul?
We speak American hood over here. So if you translate
my dick showing.
You put that sitting there talking. Ain't got a motherfucking dollar in your pocket. Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket.
He's got dollars.
Oh, he got bread.
Ain't got a dollar in your motherfucking pocket, but you want to talk that shit. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. I'm still that nigga with 30. Fuck you mean, bitch. I'm still that nigga. When you get like me, then you gon' fuck with me, bitch. That's all I got to say, nigga. You niggas will never be me. Quit trying to run behind because you fuck the same bitch I fuck with don't make you me.
It sounds very personal.
Wow.
It sounds like you're probably talking to like 1 or 2 people.
He's talking to like
1 or 2 people.
Children.
He's saying you bitch ass niggas. He's talking about one.
He's talking about one person. He's talking about Clarence
in the city that hit one of his baby mamas.
Not Clarence.
That's been talking
One
to
of his
crazy.
baby mamas and her family.
Not
Those
Clarence.
are the bitch ass niggas.
Damn.
This is embarrassing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty
all I'll
wild.
say
That's
about
pretty
it, 'cause
wild.
I'm not trying to diss this black man
No,
on
that's-
air, but
that's just-
that's embarrassing
That's pretty wild.
for all of us.
That ain't it, bro.
Where do you think he lives?
Detroit. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Oh, South.
He in the South.
That's
for
South.
sure.
Yeah, that's
This
South.
shit says
Sure.
Florida promo,
Chalet.
so probably Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
Oh, wow, look, this, I didn't even
He's a Florida man?
I didn't even take in this is him and his basketball team or his football team.
I thought it
You know
was
what,
him
though?
and his kids.
You know
Why
what, though?
are they?
That's him and his kids, right?
It is.
Yeah. You know what, though?
They're all about the same age.
If he's supporting them, and it looks like he is, hey, do your thing,
Oh,
bro.
the last 20 are about the same age for sure.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow.
Back to back.
That's crazy.
At least
Nah,
they all got together for a picture. They all got the same shirt.
I wonder if they make a movie out of him.
You know?
You know they got Delivery Man.
Secret by the
Oh.
2 dozen.
I watch that.
Secret by the 2 dozen.
Nick Cannon biopic.
The Nick Cannon biopic is dumb.
Co-starring Future.
I love that.
I'm sorry, man.
I love random Future bar. He said that he's like they try to say I'm toxic when I bought my baby mama a Birkin.
If that's not saying, I don't really know what it is.
He's like expecting us to go, oh,
good shit.
He was expecting
Golf
to
clap.
be like, you right. Okay,
Right?
that makes sense. So
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sir.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
all right, let's do
Man.
somebody else.
You talking about?
I was talking about Philly.
You talking about Philly? So we gotta
We
go.
got
to
Philly in the building, so we're going to Philly.
We gotta go to Philly.
Got Philly in the building.
Let's go.
Who loves Cassidy the hustler?
The laugh.
I don't even know who that came from, man. It was
That was
funny.
a deep bellow laugh.
That was from the belly.
That was from the.
That was from the.
That was deep.
Oh, but like I like rap in the early 2000s, Cassidy was a guy.
He was,
he's
man.
freestyling. He had that little run, and I didn't mean little like that petty way, but it was a short one. But it was sick.
Yeah.
He had Hotel.
He had a moment.
B-Boy Stance,
yeah,
I'm a Hustler, the remix with Mary.
I'm about to say he didn't have just his album. He had remixes. And he was on everybody's albums. He had sick ass producers working with him.
Yeah,
and he
Swizz
was cute
Beats.
with his dimples. Remember his dimples?
Yeah.
Yes, he was cute.
Yeah, I remember girls saying that. So,
oh man, don't kill me, bro.
Here's Cassidy in 2022 doing his freestyle thing. Y'all want to hear?
Let's go.
I'm scared.
I gotta pull this back. He's got a few.
Boy, I don't really like that beat, what I'm about to say, but listen, man, I told these niggas, it's lonely at the top, but when you at the top, you don't need a loan.
Huh?
Hold on now. It's
Why?
only at the top, but when you at the top, you don't need a loan. Fuck a job, I make enough to survive off weed alone. I'm married to the ratchet I carry, I never leave her home. And every night I sleep with my wife, I never sleep alone.
Why is this? Why is that me? Why am I
why are you there? Exactly. I'm like, why did you
Married
there?
to the ratchet I carry, I never leave her home. And every night I sleep with my wife.
He ran it back.
Talk, nigga.
Oh.
I'm trying to lead out that beat. Boy,
Yo.
Oh man.
Why did they say
Why they do Cassidy like that?
But I ain't trying to.
Y'all want more? Y'all want more?
Let's go.
This a hustler.
So I'm running after the green like V.
I don't know what's going on. There's so much. Here, let me.
Trying to drive a Kia. So I'm running after the green like vegans with diarrhea.
Yo, what?
But that's kind of funny though.
He wasn't trying to be funny.
The green, like a vegan diarrhea. That's pretty funny.
But he wasn't trying to be funny though.
You better laugh after you do that bar. You can't be serious, and everybody's like.
Serious though.
I don't like that tag that they had that just kept
I
saying
ball, but
Cass
I ain't-
fell off after every bar.
Yes.
Of course he was expecting that reaction.
Oh my gosh.
Yo. Damn.
That's why he repeated it. He was like, it must have gone over your head.
Right?
But like
Like,
you
y'all
repeat
get
it, like
it.
back in the day, he used to repeat it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that did go over my
That's
head."
deep. Shit. Damn.
No.
Them bars don't. That sucks, bro. That sucks. Cassidy? Not Cassidy.
The number one comment was, "What you mean? Those bars, LOL." why are you putting LOL on those bars for real though?
You know nothing about that.
Moraine knows what she was talking about. She's playing.
Damn, Cassidy.
I hate to see your
Rappers
heroes
wash.
fall like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. See, like if I had never seen that, I would have still held them at a high regard. Now it's like
You'd have went home and listened to "I'm a Hustler."
Hustler. I'm like,
never
man,
thought a thing.
They don't make him like that no more. But now, that's sad. That's sad. That's like when your favorite player comes back after retiring and it's just trash.
So does it break your heart that he probably never wrote his rhymes and he probably rehearsed them in studio, and that was really what we got? Yeah. And so what you're seeing is him trying to show up in a new way in 2022 when he doesn't have that star power. Mad love to his veneers though, they're tight.
The veneers is tight.
I'm gonna have to grab my hat and my bat and get back because that was whack.
Bars.
That's what you call motherfucking bars, nigga. You don't know about that.
Damn, son.
Honestly, but that's been my, like, I was as a teenager, I was always confused about what freestyle rap was supposed to be, because I see dudes like, where you know they rehearsed it. Like Cassidy would say some shit and the man in the background saying the bar with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, he didn't come up with this off the top.
Yeah.
I know it's for him, but he knew he was battling him.
Fair.
Sometimes you can see where they like pepper some stuff in or whatever, but I think for the most part, freestyle rappers come through with the skeleton of what they're gonna say
100%.
minimum.
100%.
So it's not that impressive. Like freestyle rap is not impressive. You're just doing a live performance to me.
Unless it's really off the top.
But you're still playing like puzzle. It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle.
Pieces,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Because you might have a bunch of things that you have had written previously, so it's not like completely off.
How you
the top.
actually
a couple
piece it
insults
together.
But you've got to be like, I've got to think about some things that I've said that I can
Exactly.
match with this and this and this shit over here. That
Oh, we got to take Coco the King of the Dot.
Off the top.
Yeah,
we gotta take Coco the King of the Dot.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm a harsh judge. Don't take me to nobody's friend because I will get a real.
Oh no, this shit's it's crazy.
No, this is real.
It's like a real like big ass freestyle battle in the
that's
city.
hard.
That's
I love
like
that.
they get like
sounds
real
really awesome.
people from all over the world freestyle against each other.
Yes.
Major
sounds
competition. But like, I always respect people who can actually go off the dome and just like.
Yeah.
That is real talent. Like,
That's the talent.
if you give anyone enough time, you know, we always talk about like Batman. If you give him prep time, if you give anyone enough time, I feel like they could actually do this. They could actually rap.
Yeah.
But when you can actually just no prep, go right now. That to me is just that's talent. That is like you can't even compare that.
Yeah, no,
There's
that's
very few
that's
people that can
very
do that.
unique, and it's not like something that the masses can do.
No.
Freestyle Friday.
Shout out to Jin.
Freestyle Friday has really. No, not Freestyle Friday. What is the show that really exposes people? It's the 5 Fingers or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about the Nick Cannon show?
The Wildin' Out?
No.
No, not that.
The
I
5
think
Fingers.
No. I think it's Sway. He does like the 5.
Oh, on the
Death
Brian
or something
Chambers
like-
of Death.
And they have to
That's
do, like,
K
5
Slay.
different beats.
DJ K Slay.
Now that is
Rest in
a
peace.
show that
He
exposes.
passed away. Yeah.
Oh, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Rest in peace to K Slay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's a show that exposed whether or not you could actually freestyle.
Yeah.
And that's Papoose was killing it.
Because
And
they'd be
I know
was
Papoose
dirty
was
with-
literally going over the top
Absolutely.
with his head.
They're
Papoose is
shouting
dirty
out
with it.
words and they're changing the beat, so
Yeah.
there's no way for you to get around that.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know?
The flow is different.
There's no
They're
way
like,
for you to get around that.
Yeah.
You got to switch up the cadence, the flow,
The whole
and you
flow,
also
like-
have to go off the top based on the words they're shooting out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you test: are you actually freestyling?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like back in the day in Brooklyn, that was how they like literally didn't get beat up. You had to show up and be
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah.
If you weren't tight, you're getting jumped in the train, you're getting jumped in the alley, and you better go away. Like just move to like Delaware after. Move to Delaware.
Damn, you in the suburbs now.
Where you can drive, but you can't walk to.
Right.
Right.
man, it was the same in Richmond Hill house parties.
Bruh, ridiculous. What was Cody? You battling Cody and Zach?
Yo, sometimes Gavin was asking for it.
Jeez, not
Sometimes
Gavin.
Gavin was
Not
asking
Gavin.
for it.
Yo, why do I feel like Mark Anthony was probably like the one?
Mark never freestyled. He was
He
like
freestyled.
he was just like ad libbing and like just being obnoxious. He
can
just
see
not
it.
freestyling at all.
I can see it.
Just telling jokes.
Just yeah. The punch.
Everything was a set for him. Yeah. Yeah. I do have a funny story.
Let's go. Story time. Love it.
It has to do with Prince.
Woo! I know some Prince fans in here.
The one and only.
Yeah.
And Carlos Boozer.
Legend. They don't even know.
It's I learned something today. I just want to share this with y'all because I think it's worth the story we can discuss.
Upon a time, I bought a house in Bel Air, like 18,000 square feet. I moved here to Utah, coming here for the season, and my realtor in LA kept hitting me up saying someone wants to rent your house. And I was like, no, I didn't even spend no time in my house. Well, he's willing to pay $95,000 a month. And I was like, oh. I didn't know who it was until he got the car. And I was like, Prince, right? And she was like, yeah. He rented the crib, so that was all good. I like tore my hamstring like 4 or 5 times. There's a really good physical therapist in LA named Judy Cito, so I went out to LA to see her. I kept calling Prince. I'm gonna stop by the house, but he wasn't returning my call. I pulled up to the house. I had these 2 golden lions on the gate, and it wasn't there. It was this symbol that I had never seen before. I'm like, whose house is this? And he literally had ripped out every single thing in my house. Everything was purple and black everywhere. And he turned the weight room into a nightclub with a disco ball, DJ booth, a massage parlor in one room. I finally get a hold of him, and he's in Asia doing a tour for his album. And he's like, Booz, don't worry, I got you. He wired me $500,000 to ease my mind. And he was like, when I move out, it'll be like I was never there. Long story short, he rents my crib out for a year, redecorated the entire house. Then he wires me $500,000. And then when I got there at the end of his lease, it was like he was never there. That's how much money Prince had.
That's a wild story. That's a wild story, yo.
More than that, that's how how solid he was.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the way he said it was like not even stressed or like even like he's probably like, oh booze, I'm so sorry. Here's 500K. I'll take care of it.
Don't worry about it.
And by the time that I come back, or by the time you come back, you won't even know the difference.
I will make sure to
all the purple and black.
Sanctify the place
Yes,
with the waters of Lake Minnetonka. And
Yes.
everything will be as though I was never there. Yeah.
Oh, we need more Prince stories. I love this.
More Prince stories, please.
Somebody posted, their comment was, Prince said, bro, take $500,000, everything's fine.
Chill. Just take a Zanny, chill. Yo, that is wild though, bro. Like,
I don't
Prince
think
rents your house.
That's the best tenant you could wish for.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets better than
Just
that.
gives you the money up front. And he's like, don't worry about it. I got you.
Well, $95K a month is probably more than what
he
should be paying, I'm sure.
Well, that's why he said yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Damn. Yo, who would you like? Okay, if you had the house,
okay,
and this happened, it's not Prince, but like, who's the artist today that you'd be like, if you're Boozer's level, you're in his shoes, who you letting rent your house like that?
I would. I don't know. It would have to be somebody very boring.
Oh, you think boring?
I mean, I'm renting it to them. They got to be responsible.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Why? What do you got in mind?
I was thinking like if Beyonce or like Jay-Z were like,
oh, well,
I'm just gonna take over your house.
That's easy. That's an easy yes.
Yeah.
I don't expect them to fuck anything up.
I don't know. They might change the whole thing up, and you come back, you're like, bro, like what is this? You know what I mean?
Beyonce and
The
Jay-Z.
issues if they're gonna fuck it up, but as if they're gonna pay more to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Are they going to overly pay you and make sure it's easy for you and put everything back the way that it was at their expense?
Yeah.
They will not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like one of a kind. So Prince is like
rare.
one of a kind. Prince like one of one on that. Probably.
I would do Kendrick.
Did you have anything else?
He's private.
Upon a time.
So he's not going to have a whole bunch of people in my space. He's going to be doing his thing. Not everybody's going to have my address.
You need like a recluse type celebrity
and
like
he's
that.
Gonna pay me
You need
fair
somebody who's
quietly.
gonna be dumb.
That's fair.
Low-key.
He said there was a massage parlor in the house, like in his room. He turned the room into a massage parlor.
Turned a workout thing into a nightclub.
Into a nightclub.
That's wild.
Where's the invite?
How do you
is
do
what I would've
that?
been
Like
saying.
what?
I would have told
What days
him.
does it go up?
I would have told him the way my knees is set up. The way my knees is set up, I don't think I'm going to be playing basketball much longer. Fix everything else back up. Keep the nightclub.
Keep the nightclub.
Keep the nightclub.
Man, I was watching something earlier this week, and it was Big Sean. So he had bought. It was on Architecture Design, and he had bought the house from, not Slash, but one of those legendary like rockers, and in L.A. And he basically there was a nightclub in the house, and Big Sean's like, oh, I'm keeping this. Like it had a stripper pole. It had like all these weird like. Remember the clubs back in Toronto? Like you go in, it's like velvet sofas, and you're like, you don't know what's on. You know what I mean? You don't want those. Yeah. So he was like,
it reminds me of like music.
Exactly. So he was like, it was like that. So all he did was like he changed all the sofas because I don't know what happened here. You know, it's crazy. Rockers, 70s, whatever.
At least steam them.
So he got rid of that, but he kept everything else. He's like, yo, this is a vibe. Like if I move into a house with a nightclub. Best believe that's staying.
I want a house with a nightclub because I don't want to go anywhere when I have a house. To be honest,
right?
I just
I'm
want to
bringing
be
the
there.
party here. You know what I mean?
I'm 45 moving into a house with a nightclub. It's staying.
That's staying. That's staying.
That's just a good business move.
Right? All of that.
Then I'll party till midnight and then I'll go to bed.
Good night, and my people will shut it down.
My
And
people.
all the checks will be cashed.
Exactly.
And that's it.
That's crazy. I love that. One day, I'm gonna get a house in a nightclub. Y'all can all come through.
A house in a nightclub? Or you can have a
No,
nightclub?
I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I'm actually trying to go live at like fucking.
Pull out game, mate. Pull out game, mate. We got just don't pull out.
Wild.
Why is he still yelling? Oh, well, if you're yelling about 30 kids, you're going to yell about a wild
What else we got there?
I think that was
Got a lot
that
of
was
yells.
after that. Oh, talk about
Fancy poor restaurant.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's end this off on the fancy poor restaurants.
Yeah. Since we talking about people's money and stuff like that.
You introduced this one.
All right, so like, you ever think about a restaurant that's like, it was super high class to you when you were younger, but like you didn't know any better. So then when you finally got some money and you went, you're like, this actually isn't that great.
You fucking right.
Moxie's.
Whoa. What?
Actually,
what age?
Moxie kept getting better though. It did get it did get better. Okay, I'll say like a pickle barrel, the Jack Astor's, like all that shit was nice. When you were like a teenager, that shit was nice,
man.
Because it's not like you're gonna take your date to McDonald's.
Nah, hell no.
So you're like, oh, where am I gonna take you to eat?
Where am I gonna take
a Ford that's like expensive to me?
Boston Pizza.
Boston Pizza. That's in that same world. Exactly.
Yo.
That sounds better than pickle barrel.
No, pickle barrel is actually nicer.
Pickle barrel
it's
slaps.
a shitty name, but
Pickle barrel.
This sounds very
it sounds disgusting. Oh, I know.
No, but it's good. For me, I'd probably say like, man, the keg.
Red Lobster for me.
Red Lobster is a big one. That's such a lie. Red Lobster is a lie.
Red Lobster's a lie.
That's true.
Yo, that's a place with families. But like as a kid, you thought like, or not even as a kid, but like being a teen, you're like.
As a kid, that was up here.
It was luxury.
In university, it moved down to here because like the biscuits were still popping, and they got
That's crazy. When you came home as a teenager, you was like, really? All that? For my birthday? That's what we was at? Been at Chuck E. Cheese.
But not the keg. The keg is like.
But like, okay, let me give you an example.
The keg.
No, but let me give you an example.
Am I poor?
No. Absolutely not.
Maybe that's a bad way to phrase it. But like, okay, so you go to the keg and you're like, the keg is like top tier steak. You think? You know? Wait. Just hear me out.
Who said no?
Who said no?
Somebody who go to Ruth Chris or something?
Right? So
yeah.
Okay, so there's the thing. So there's levels.
That's what she was just talking about.
Yeah, so there's levels, right? So like when you don't know better, you go to the keg and you're like,
you don't know better.
This price point. Because this is another price point. This is another price point level.
The keg is like the perfect bang, buck, quality.
See, but when you gotta say perfect bang, buck, no, then that means there's a step above.
Yeah, if you're talking about
of course,
there's a step
a
above.
delicious cut of steak,
yeah,
it's not.
You're not doing this.
You're not doing that.
Although they're like, I mean, they had some. I don't know. If you gave me a steak right now from there,
no, I'll still go. I go tomorrow. I go right now. But I'm
Right.
saying like there's levels. Like when
the
you get
free
to the
bread. Oh, there you go.
It's giving a solid. It's giving a solid 7.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the service
Like
is
it's
top
good.
tier.
Service is great.
Service is top tier.
It's
The vibe.
It's
It
pretty
looks
good. Like drinks are slamming.
Yeah. But then when you get to like the Ruth Chris level and you get to like you know,
that's what makes it a
the
7.
Harbor,
We've had a couple.
Yeah,
other
Harbor
experiences.
60.
Harbor 60, like that's top tier. I haven't been to Harbor 60 yet actually. That's like next level.
Yeah. I'll get there.
We're not there. Yeah.
Cross street. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Cross
We'll
street
get
from the
We'll eat
arena.
more steak, Pop. I know I don't eat steak, but we'll eat more.
I've been daydreaming about steak for the
We'll
past
have
couple
some.
days.
We'll have some. Make us a reservation.
No idea.
But I feel like there's levels to this stuff though. You know what I mean? Like to these restaurants, like these tiers. But it made me sad when I saw this because I saw people talking about this.
Who said this?
People in the city have been talking about this.
Who's people in the city?
People on Twitter and like online. Don't worry, man.
I don't know who these
The cake's still
bourgeois
good.
is. You're not on Black Twitter? Because Black Twitter wouldn't say that shit.
Nah, they was rocking with Red Lobster though.
Of course, they
Black
still
Twitter
talk
rocking
about
with
Markham Station like it's the one.
Okay, Markham Station is the one though.
No.
Don't do that because
No.
you talked about Markham Station like it was the one.
Because they talked about Markham Station like it was the one, and I was so proud and happy that we got
You talked about it
one.
to me like it was the one.
I said
and
it
then
had-
we went no. You talked about it like it was the one, babe. And then we went there, and I was very disappointed.
Me too.
Yeah, I just
And
thought.
you were like, well, it's got for the time. And I was like, not for the time.
Yeah, for the time you go
You
late
said it
night.
was
I know it's like 3 a.m.
It's
Nothing else is
so
open.
long. You had to go there.
Restaurant.
I gotta take you there.
On the diagonal corner.
Oh no, we got one in Richmond Hill.
They got one in Richmond Hill now.
There's one across the street, 24 hours.
Oh.
Gang.
Oh, gang.
Yeah.
You're talking about Perfect though.
They got
Perfect.
$8 Hennessy
Yeah, no.
drinks out there.
That's not one perfect. What's
Huh?
not?
Yeah.
What's not perfect?
No.
It's a restaurant, open all night, Chinese restaurant.
Across from Market, like diagonal across from Market.
Oh, I think I've definitely heard of it or maybe been there.
It's open
Yeah, sure.
late.
It's
it
open late.
sobers up all the people of Scarborough.
That's it.
Burn.
For the people from Scarborough that don't want to go to Hong Shing at night.
Exactly. No
They
one driving
go there,
downtown.
so-
We want to get out. We want to get back on the DVP.
Yeah. You want to get back on 401 before like.
That's funny. I don't know. I guess I understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
But
don't feel bad, man. The
don't
cake's-
call
it's
it.
still good.
It's not for brokies.
It's not. Nah.
It's not.
It's not. Don't feel bad.
Oh, babe.
It's like It's a good spot.
No, it's a good spot.
It is
It's a good spot.
That's so sweet.
It's a good spot. They have like the what do you call them? The prefix menus. And they got
The keg mansion.
The keg mansion.
The keg mansion is beautiful.
Right?
Look, why do I feel like you guys are trying to cheer me up? Both you guys, they got the prefix menu. Ashley's like, and the keg mansion, great location.
They try to play you.
Why did I go to Phoenix and they had a keg there?
Oh yeah, across the street from Phoenix.
No, Arizona.
Oh, Phoenix, Arizona.
What the fuck is? Oh, not those.
I thought you were talking about Phoenix.
No.
Play it back on geography. Play it back. I had to help you.
They have a keg there? I thought it was just Canadian.
That's what I thought. They might be trying to take the way that they started with the Tim Hortons taking over the Northern States.
That's fair.
Maybe, who knows?
But you know what's wild? Like I always thought, like going to America, I thought like Outback Steakhouse.
Gross.
Oh, gross.
But I saw the commercials all the time. Like
It
Outback.
comes out with Red Lobster.
But when you advertise, you can get like a steak for like $15.
Yeah, that ain't.
That's not a steak. That's brokey. That's brokey food. Unless you have the Outback in the airport, then you're rich. Yeah, that's facts.
Yo, why is the airport food always like so top of like?
Yeah, you go to Orlando. I don't know why. Yeah, because I've been there a few times.
Yeah.
In the airport, they got the Outback Steakhouse. That shit looks popping.
Outback is whack.
It is whack. I never ate there because I knew better. When I looked at it, I was like, if I did not know better, this place looks amazing.
Oh man, or they got like some Guy Fieri restaurant.
It's like going to Wahlburgers here.
Oh,
why would you go to Wahlburgers
trash
in the
at
airport?
Pearson Airport? Ugh. So trash. Not
One
good.
thing I like to do in a new place
Yeah.
is I look at the crowd. Who is here eating this food?
In an airport, it's everybody, unfortunately.
No.
No, what you meant like in
No though. No though.
No though?
No though.
No,
Look at
though.
who's eating the food. There's patterns of
Usually,
who's
yeah.
eating what.
Mm.
Pay attention to that.
What'd you see? Like what'd you see? Like
I mean, I'm not going to do all that, but in an Outback, for example,
yeah.
you're going to see a certain type of person.
No, you're right. You're right.
A 65-year-old white man named Jed
I mean, you
and
just
his
go see a
wife
certain type of person
Martha.
that
If
doesn't
he's wearing Air
represent maybe your
Monarchs,
same
I might.
palate.
Monarchs.
You know what I mean? So you know, like, oh,
Anyways,
whole
I won't
restaurant
diss
is-
Jed.
We won't diss Jay. We won't diss Jay.
we probably don't have the same type of palate because nobody here represents me.
As always,
So.
love to our sponsors, Shea Moisture Men. Visit their, check out their Instagram, Shea Moisture Men CA. Stuff's gonna happen soon.
Oh, yeah.
Got lots of products that we're gonna be talking about soon. We're gonna be trying and thing, and we're gonna do some content, all that. Don't listen to this guy too much.
The world general
But make sure to follow on everything Patrick Dennis Jr. on all socials, and yeah, check out Shea Moisture Men CA on Instagram. Let them know we sent you.
Yep.
Shot like shot. You waste you.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. Guarantee you.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone in the building. Okay, Charles.
Yo, imagine plotting with Charles.
That'd be amazing. That actually
If
be
Charles
amazing.
sat here, he hit the 30-minute mark and be like,
That's Shaq. No, Shaq.